sludge. Welcome back, guys. I am a little bit deflated this morning, and it's not because I don't enjoy life. I don't enjoy being outside or anything of that nature. It's because we've been having relentless storms nearly daily around here, and as a result, I'm getting a lot of trees in the ground, and I'm getting so many trees in the ground, I just don't even see how I'm going to get them picked up and utilized. I think some are going to end up staying in the bush. If we make our way down here, we'll go up that way in just a second. We'll just have a quick scan here, and like, I've got trees galore. I've got trees leaning over there. I've got trees leaning over there and here and there and everywhere in between. And well, we're just out here assessing sort of what happened in the most recent windstorm, and I can tell you it is not good. Let's continue back here just to give some context to some of you who are brand new here. If you are, welcome aboard. I'm out here in the morning. I like coming out for a little stroll in the morning with Coda Dog. And as you can see, I'm walking over trees left, right, and center. Every time we get a significant windstorm, these balsam fir just snap off. And well, there's another one, and obviously it's right on my trail here. There's one I cut up earlier in the year, and there's some more in there. And well, if we make our way even further here, you guys can look down that way. Believe it or not, this used to be a solid, dense bush. Used to be a mixture of, what do we have in there? There was some hemlock, some spruce, the odd hardwood tree, some poplar, lots of balsam fir. We had a huge windstorm roll through probably about 2 years ago now, maybe a year and a half. And it basically took this dense bush and it clear cut it. And if we keep walking here, that initial storm has sort of led to storm after storm after storm this year. And as a result, we're getting more and more destruction every day. If you can imagine the dense forest here, once it got knocked down, then any new wind that comes in opens up the other trees that made it through the first storm, opens those trees up to damage. And if we look here, this tree that just fell recently, fell the other day, well, it also took out some of my maple trees here. So that's kind of frustrating in that sense. Come down even further here. Look what we got right there. We got a what do you call it? A birch that came down. So that's pretty unfortunate there as well. So this area here where we had the initial storm, this area got absolutely hammered, and it continues to get hammered. You can see all the stumps around, and like, we probably in one go here probably lost 100 trees right in here. And I know that's a very rough estimate, but that's probably on the low side. And the trees that we didn't lose, well, they got damaged to the point where they're probably going to come down, and there's nothing I can do about it. So just looking in there, you can see trees leaning, like they're next on the chopping block. They're done. And we look over here, you can see a big maple right there. See it leaning on that angle? That's done. You can see the root ball that's starting to lift. Anyways, we have so many trees in here that are coming down that I just don't even know how I'm going to get it tackled. I hate leaving good trees on the ground, and well, what ends up happening this time of year is the trees hit the ground, and the snow hits, and then the trees are gone, and I don't see them again till the spring. So we're probably not going to see a lot of these very, very soon. But yeah, kind of deflating. Good thing I have a winch, but I feel like I should have a full-on logging operation here at some points just to take care of the downfall, because on any given day we got more coming down. So if we make our way this way, you're going to notice like that tree's going to be done soon. I don't know about that spruce beside it. It might do all right, but look at those trees right there, those balsam firs on the perimeter there. See how they're leaning? Well, those are done. Like, we're going to get the next big windstorm. Those are gone. And the bad thing about that is I'm not short logs. And I don't know, many of you are probably saying, well, that's not a bad thing. Having lots of logs available, you saw wood, you burn the wood for heating. But the truth of the matter is there are so many logs now that are already on the ground, and just look up there, that I can't even get around to cleaning them up. So all these logs in here, these came down in the initial storm, and I've been trying to get in here and get the rest of them out of here. But then the next day rolls around and more trees are breaking off. And so that one's fresh. These over here are fresh, which I'll show you in a minute. That one there's fresh. If you look at this tree right here, see that crack? Well, that's a goner. And that's a green tree there. So it's not like that tree was dead. It's just susceptible to wind damage when it loses all the trees around it. If you look in there's a bit of a wet area, but you can see we've got trees that have fallen in there. And if you look across there, we got another balsam fir that's fallen on the other side of the creek there. I don't know how I'm going to even get over there. But let's make our way this way. If you've been around the channel before, you'll know this trail. You probably don't recognize it anymore, but this trail here, it's a snowmobile trail. And this used to be a trail that I'd come down a lot in order to get wood back up to my wood splitter. But obviously it's completely covered in debris. This tree is brand new. I'm just seeing it for the first time here. That tree I saw from the upper part of the trail. And if you just sort of take a scan there, like any of these trees which are balsam fir, they're done. So that's a bit of a deflating moment for me, knowing how much damage the wind continues to do. And if I look in there, you can see there's a big leaner there. Any of those trees on the perimeter are probably done. Making our way this way. Oh, here's another one. Here's another one. And we'll just see if we can make our way through here. And this is what's happening a lot of the times. You can see the wind just rolls through, and even if the tree is half decently rooted in the ground, it just blows it over. Nice nice wet soil here. Unfortunately not good for the trees. Some of the other issues we're having, let's have a look in there. So this is a balsam fir here. You can see all these little holes. So there's boring insects that are going in here. And what ends up happening is the woodpeckers will come and they'll poke holes in trying to get at the insects. And that's happening with a lot of these trees here. So these trees are done. These are all done here. And that's a very deflating thought, because if we look around here, just have a quick scan. You guys see in there? I've been working at this for a long time. Now I'm talking over a year for sure. And all these trees were covered in snow up until obviously the springtime. But I just can't get in here too easily, because if we look here, look at the ground cover. Very uneven, lots of stumps, and I'm not really near anything. The closest trail is at the top of that hill, and because the ground is so soft and so rolly and so filled with stumps, very difficult to get machinery in here. But looking around, all these trees are done. That's a sad thought. Guess I got sludge. Onwards. All right, let's go down this way. This is the snowmobile trail as well. Crosses a bit of a spring here. So that creek we looked at down there, you can see it flows down through there. This is a wet area. My snowmobile trail cuts across there. I have a little bridge, and you would have seen me doing some brush cutting up that way a while back. Here's that spring area, comes down this hill here. And so as a result, like, there's no chance you're getting a piece of equipment through here without quite a bit of work. It's soaked, right? Now, a bit of it's frozen, but it's completely soaked. Like, if I brought my tractor through there, my tractor would be done. I'd be gone. Maybe not, I don't know. Coming this way, you guys can see, just hang a look, hang a right and look. You can see all the trees that are down here. Now they're being replaced by these spruce here. And so eventually what's going to happen is the trees that fall on the ground will rot. The spruce will grow up. It'll be dense again. But in the meantime, as I said, it's very deflating. Coda's fertilizing the forest again. If you look up this way, we've been in here quite a bit. This is another area that got blown down quite a number of times. But you can see there's a lot of debris. I've taken a bunch out already, but as you'll see in a moment, it never ends. Some of these balsam fir here, you can see they got this, they got the root rot. And the root rot is what's causing them to break off when the wind picks up. I see a lot of these trees with ants in the base. Now, I don't know if the ants are in there because the tree was dying, or I don't know if the ants were in there and caused the dying. But regardless, they're in there. So we were in here not all that long ago, and if you guys look here, see all these trees? See all the stumps? It's because I've been in here trying to keep this cleaned up here. Up there, we can get the tractor to, right to there. You would have seen me doing some winching to that location. But the winching is going to have to continue, because have a look around. Just a disaster. And I've taken a lot of logs out of here. But as you can see, like, there's a new tree there. I didn't even notice that one. If I look right there, I see that one there. And you won't be able to see it, or maybe we will see it. I have a massive, I think it's a spruce, just on the other side of this creek here. And so the work is never going to end, it seems. And my trails are becoming a disaster. Can't even pass through them. You can see I got wood piled up I never even got to. And if we look here, the only thing that really makes it is the white pines. Got some birch up there, maybe some poplar, but that's about it. Everything else here, like have a look at that one. What do you think about that one? See the root down there? Done. Done. So trees like this, normally if I was short logs, I would just go and cut this down. That's a perfect log. Nice and straight, would make some decent lumber. But as I said, I've got so many that are on the ground and backlogged that these trees, I'm just hoping, stay in the air so they don't hit the ground and force me to have to move them. You leave them too long, they rot, and then they're no good for nothing. Oh boy. Come up here just a little further. And you can see we got new trees down here on the right. Top of some tree broke off, I don't know. But just looking back, disaster. Nice cherry came down there. I think that one was done though. Not like it was gonna do much anyways, kind of small. Guess we'll use it for firewood. Let's head down this way. Cody's getting a drink. Make our way down this way, and I'll point out that I think it's a spruce. One day I saw a fisher in here. Coda dog and I were out. I don't know what tree it was in, one of these. And Coda came to the base of the tree and he was acting a little funny. And sure enough, he pointed up, or at least looked up, and I did. And there's a fisher sitting up in the tree. I think those are tough guys, so I'd hate for him to get mixed in with one of those. I don't know if you'll be able to see it very well, but there's that big one there. And then there's this big one right here that just came down. Nice crick here anyways. But let's see if we can get across. I can't take a machine in here, and I know many of you will say just take your ATV in here. It is very, very wet. Like, I'm not even kidding. The only reason I'm in here today is because we have a bit of frost in the ground. Let's see if we can jump across here. Coda, can you jump across? You get across there? Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Here, go on. Go on. All right, here goes. I'm going to jump across, and then hopefully the Coda dog follows me. All right, Coda, don't trip me. Look out. Look out. Okay. Looks further than it is. Here. Come on. Here. Come on. Good boy. Come on. Here. Here. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Here. Here. Coda gets a little scared. He can do that all day long. He just thinks he can't. Here. Come on. Come on. All right, tell everyone why you don't want to come across. Okay, come on. Here. Here. All right, well, I'm gonna go over here and show you the tree. Coda might just wait there for us. But if you have a look here, like, we're literally walking on a swamp here. And so that's half the battle. You guys see that doozy? Don't want to get too close. I haven't really looked at this. You guys see up in there? That's a doozy. And so the challenge I'm gonna have is that I don't want to cut that thing up for nothing. I don't want it just to rot there. That's a nice tree. That makes some nice lumber. I got to figure a way to get that thing somehow across the creek, across the muddy area, up to an area where I can get the tractor so I can pull it out with the winch. Because let's face it, that thing weighs an awful lot. There's no way I'm gonna pull that out by hand, nor do I want to. And as I said, that's just one of the many trees. And one of the reasons I'm feeling a bit deflated today. I just feel like I don't have A, the time, B, the, well, I don't know if I even have the equipment, but that is an effort, and something that's starting to be a bit much, if you can imagine. Anyways, let's make our way back to civilization here. we'll talk about that another day. I'm gonna come up with a game plan. We'll figure a way to get that out of here. And yeah, at the very least, hopefully it makes for some exciting video. But that's my little quick tour rather of some of the damage that's been happening here recently. And some of the reasons you guys are seeing a lot of small logs on the sawmill, it's because I have an endless supply. I don't even have to touch the trees at the red pine forest, probably for quite some time, because all those fir trees, they're going to be keeping me busy for quite some time. Anyways, let's make her across here. Come on, Coda, let's go. And this is the little snowmobile bridge I built. I like to look in there to see if we see any fish. You see anything in there? Come on, buddy. Coda, come on. Here, here. Good boy. Come on. Here. You can do it. Come on. There he goes. All day long he can do that. Sometimes he doesn't like this bridge either. Come on. Here, here. Good boy. Good boy. Here. We go over this like numerous times. Here, come on. You can do it. You can do it. Come on. Good boy. Here's a good boy. All right. Well, I think that's it. I got more bushwalking to do, or bushwhacking, whatever you want to call it. Got a little more sludge to drink. We'll be back. I'll build back up. Get that enthusiasm back. Get the equipment out. We'll get those trees one day. Maybe not today, or tomorrow, or the next day, or the next week. Probably not the next month, but we'll get them. Thanks for watching. See you next time.